Hello, this is Andre Kent Jr. I have a company that I put into motion years ago to purchase called In the Lab. In the Lab creates concentrates, waxes, herbal products, cannabis flower, and I also put in the order for Vapen brands, VAPen brands. All of our products are expected to have my name up there or those companies' names. We also have something called Trenches to Penthouses, I believe it is. It's based off of one of my songs called Trenches, and Trenches is not available yet. We are still working on it, and if anybody is rushing me in that area, they're probably going to get fined, challenged, or charged for being on a premises where I have not given my express authorization for them to use any of those products or any of that material at this time. For those companies, we also have Triton flowers, AJKI flowers, Nocturnal flowers, Triton flowers, AFG flowers. Even the United States Sovereign has their own brand. But, because it's in my personal home office, I wanted to make sure that my employees and personnel are covered. I have approximately 250,000 workers in those accounts where they share an equity percentage that vests over time, and half of their equity goes towards products that they can use that are coming out of the company. They can, they can use their equity for products as it vests. And with our products, these are not regular, some sections have regular cannabis and regular flower where you can use it where lawful, but some of them are specialty crafted, patented, and trademark cannabis strains, flower strains that are made to cleanse the body, cleanse your organs, cleanse your teeth, cleanse your body, cleanse your hair, make sure your hair is not coming out as this burnt, dry hair product, because of what you're inhaling, vaping, or consuming. It's supposed to hydrate the skin, hydrate the body, put you in a better mind state. It's made for people that drink champagne at high levels up in the air with Delta Airlines or a private jet company. But it's not made for just in-house. It's made for the general public consumption. It's made to be on shelves at big box retailers. And it costs money to have stuff like that produced, but that is a small section in my company. My church itself does not run my home office, and the church does not run anything in my home office. If somebody told you that, they would be wrong, and they need to let me know immediately. That way I could have somebody to go and check on the church and check on their brain stems and make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. The church is a standalone entity separate from all of the other business that I have in my home office. We do not allow the church ministry to dictate what goes on in my home office or any of my houses, or it doesn't even mix with any of that. That's a standalone entity that has between 45 and 90 churches that build one church ministry. And it's called Divine Virtue Ministry. And I say that because I don't want anyone to confuse what goes on in my home office and what I want to be invested in through my home office and myself, confused with the government or the church ministry or any accounts that the church ministry or the government may have. I don't want them to be confused at all. I don't want anybody walking into my office and be confused as, well, you have government accounts, so you shouldn't be doing this. Well, your ministry accounts should this, no, those are completely standalone entities. Always will be. So when you come in my home office, the church will not be present there, and neither will, with the church, you have Main Street Family Care, you have Main Street Retirement Communities, you have Main Street Food Bank, Children's Learning Adventure, Children's Learning Academy, Paws and Pets, retail pet stores, and veterinary clinic and boarding kennel. There is Farm by Grace Pharmacy, and they don't sell cannabis products either unless you get it prescribed. There are plenty of divisions, and it all works through the church, and the church is a standalone system, and because we have to share with other companies, Main Street as part of the mission for our charitable efforts and our charitable works within the community and community involvement. The church is a standalone entity, and so is Main Street. So when we're doing our cannabis projects, it's a standalone project, but we have to meet the demand for our distributors that if it's a big box retailer like Walmart for some vape pens or rolling papers or hemp cigar, we have to be able to be on the shelf across all of their locations multiple times without running out, so we don't lose our contract with our supplier and distributors. For us, our product is made to heal. It's meant for patience. It's meant to be clean. It's meant to be ethical. And I want to ensure that it remains that way, and I want to ensure that those in my home office understand that the general public doesn't demand and make demands and you automatically follow it just because they're the general public. Family members and peers and colleagues coming in and out of the office, if they come in, they're just there to visit. If they're not there to work, they don't make demands of our products. They don't make demands of me or my investments, and they certainly don't make demands of you. If they make demands of you, you report it directly to your supervisor. To the general public, do not walk into any of my facilities and my buildings. You may give a comment on something that you actually purchased, but do not give any further commentary than there. I know that there's a lot of conversations about how much we could have purchased with that amount of money, and it was a waste of money, but we are putting people to work. We are putting jobs out there. I have 250,000 worker positions that have been authorized and approved, scattered globally in multiple different states and countries and territories and space. So we cater to that and we accommodate that. We don't just let anybody just pick up and bully us or law enforcement to just bully. I don't expect any law enforcement officer to bully any of my people, bully anybody that is using any of our products, because we turn in all of our paperwork, and our paperwork it's quite, it's plenty of it's visible. Not for the patenting process. Patent and Trademark Office has a copy. The United States Patent and Trademark Office has a copy. In Canada, the Ombudsman Office has a copy. In Europe, HRMC has a copy. And I make sure to turn in our documentation. That way you don't have law enforcement going into the wrong areas that they should not be allowed in and giving their thoughts and giving their demands in areas where they should not have any access and have not been authorized to be at. Our products are submitted to the Food and Drug Administration here in the United States, as well as to the North Carolina Department of Revenue and to OSHA. So if you don't have your facilities the way that they're supposed to be, or your office is not upkept and it's not where it's supposed to be, I suggest that you don't wait until OSHA pops up just to see if you're doing your job. I suggest you don't wait for the Food and Drug Administration to pop up to see whether you're doing your job or not. I expect law enforcement to have their stuff together if they intend to question me about any type of product that I have coming out, because from a retail and commercial aspect, I turn in all my paperwork and all of my documentation regardless of what somebody may or may not feel. I may or may not have any feelings about the products that I serve or sell, but we're going to do it lawfully. We are not activists. We are not Rastafarians. We do not use any type of activist measures to do reform. We don't decriminalize. We do not criminalize those that use or partake. We do not make those types of judgment calls or opinions on our customers. We do not give law enforcement our customer information and customer data. There's a lot of things we don't do. And we are not for or against cannabis reform, marijuana reform, or decriminalization efforts. We sell a product. Don't expect us to be on the front lines in change and reform or activism for or against. We also don't appreciate those that are against giving their opinion and automatically expecting us to take it into consideration as their opinion, because that's what it is. It's an opinion. It's like a butt crack or a butthole. Almost everybody has one. I haven't heard of anybody who doesn't have one, so maybe you should get off your behind and sell your own products if you don't like what we're doing. Or you should ignore it and mind your own business.